And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
You had just come from defeating the enormous spell-casting T-Rex called the King of the Stage, and
Wait, you cast spells?
Yeah,
what did he do? He vomited a swarm of wasps.
Yeah,
That's kind of spellish.
Oh, he did have.
I don't know. Sounds like an innate
bees
ability.
A breath weapon.
And then you traveled east from there and came across a large stone flat surface with 9 square indentations that you examined, and Orvex commented upon, and you all thought, this is interesting. And then you traveled southeast from there and came across a market bazaar. There was a derelict sort of stalls along the street corner, frayed cloth awnings hanging in tatters, and it has a sort of quiet quality. And that is where we rejoin the action. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah. Let's go in. That's what we do.
Yep. Okay. You walk into the stall. You see a number of, like I said, derelict stalls, very frayed cloth. Looks like it hasn't been attended to in a long time. You see various piles of eroded floorwork. And you can all make a perception check to see what else you see.
Boom.
Okay. Where did I did not.
Fleeb big eyes over here.
These are small eyes over here.
I think we're missing
Mine did
one
not go
check.
through, sorry.
That's
you try that again?
probably Ed loading in.
Oh, it did eventually go through. No, wait.
Big-ish.
Oh, that was
eyes
weird.
over here.
Okay. Well, it took a long time to go in. It was an at one, so I happened to re-roll it by chance before it.
Nice. Okay, cool. So in that case,
Nailed it
Scramble,
by accident.
Scramble and Fleeb, you managed to spot a small device in front of you. It appears to be like a little stick with a rock in it, like a catapult, attached to a long tripwire that seems very rudimentarily constructed, and it's about 6-8 feet ahead of you between 2 piles of rubble.
Hey guys, look over there. I've spotted a contraption that looks like a stick with a knob on the end that's attached to a rope.
What?
Between 2 piles of rubble, did you say?
Yes.
Was that the description? Sorry. Between
Yes,
I
that
was being
precisely.
facetious and just re-saying the description.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking, not listening.
You see Orvex say, we avoid it, right? We definitely avoid it.
Hey, no, I mean, Orvex, you're a budding rogue. Why don't you go and try and sort this out?
Okay. He sort of takes tentative steps towards it and just basically unhooks this loop of twine that seems to be creating the tripwire, and you see the trap just collapses, as if that tension was the only thing holding it together.
Wait, it was a trap.
In a good way, okay. Collapses in a good way, not on top of Orvex.
No, yeah, it collapses and he goes, oh, well,
See, I knew you could do it. I believe in you. Shit, I was trying.
I begin clapping.
That didn't work.
he turns around like with this big smile on his face, holding up this limp strand of twine, and just looks like the most proud peacock in the yard.
Oh, don't worry, guys. We'll get him next time.
Well, this is excellent. Okay, this bazaar seems no match for us.
Yeah!
Why don't you lead the way, expert trap disarmer man?
Wait, where were we going again? I ask him.
I think we were headed to the
Jack does a
shrine.
senile moment.
There's a shrine east of here. It's a little flooded, and from what I heard and what I've been able to piece together from my research, it's east of here. But we have to be careful getting there for some reason. Again, the red people, the wizardy folk, were preparing themselves for something when they went through.
What
here.
is it, like a lake of acid?
Well, no. I mean, you can see in the distance, like the little shimmer of what could be water. It's about, a few 100 feet away, but you get the sense that there's water over there.
All right. Well, shall we?
Go for it.
Onwards.
Everybody roll a d20 for me. This is just a luck check.
13 for Dixie.
Goodness gracious. Some high rolls. 16,
Ulvex gets that
18,
too.
18, 13?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. You guys make it to the other side of this bazaar without really much of an issue. Excuse me. You spot a couple more of these rudimentary traps along the way, but well far away from your intended path, and they just seem to be these DIY, almost like the person is learning as they go how to make traps. And you get to the other side and you see there's this huge inlet of water that seems to be running down from a large waterfall to the north, which I will ping just here. And the waterfall is creating all of this water flooding a substantial part of the city. And you see a walled building east of you, this one here that I'm pinging. And you see Ulvex say, okay, so
I haven't seen
Yeah,
a ping
sorry.
yet.
I think I know what you're aiming at.
Yeah,
but I
you're
haven't seen
referring
a ping.
to.
Can you see it now?
Oh,
That
yeah.
thing, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There you
there
go.
we
Now I
go.
can see that. Yeah. that
This is the
waterfall, that
building,
yeah.
and this is obviously the waterfall.
Yeah.
And Ulvex points to this building and says, well, that's the next shrine that I'm aware of in this area, but I don't really know how deep that water is. And you see him tentatively put his toe towards it and then tentatively take it back. I don't know. What do you think, fellas?
I'm gonna go up and find a rock and then just chuck it in.
Okay. You hear it go kaplump and make a perception check.
That works with wells, Caesar, not with lakes. Just
Hey,
gonna-
shut up.
Okay. With an 8, the sound of running water kind of drowns out any telltale thud that you would use to judge the depth. But you can also see with an 8 that it doesn't look hugely deep. You'd estimate about 6 feet or so.
This fresh water, I give it a very small taste.
That is
Well,
a
how
really
dirty
good
does it look,
question.
actually? If it looks proper dirty, I probably shouldn't do that. But if it looks cleanish, I'll give it a go.
I'd say it has a brown quality, I would say.
How brown are we talking?
I'd say a beige. A beige.
I'm gonna
Beige.
prestidigitation a little bit of ground at the edge of the water, going over it, and a piece of food on it.
Okay.
A piece of what?
Make a deception check, just for fun.
How far from the edge of the water are we talking?
A little 5 foot. Oh, for some reason my rolls are taking a really long time to go through. So. I
let's
sent
just-
3 despite clicking twice.
Let's just take the first
The
one.
first, yeah.
With a 13 scramble, you notice a piece of food that looks way shinier than it should normally look.
Oh no! I dropped some shiny food.
On a piece of ground that has the quality of being a slightly different shade of brown.
Hey,
And-
wrong, not perception, Eddie. It's insight, baby.
Oh, is it? My bad.
You notice this
That
piece
would
of
fail on the same roll, to be fair.
you just notice a weird piece of food on a weird piece of ground, and you think, oh, that's weird.
Hey, Jack,
Oh,
you dropped
no.
this?
Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? I look the other way.
I'm literally speaking to you and pointing at it.
I look towards his finger and peer over. Oh, I guess it's lost. I guess anyone could take that piece of food.
I rolled an arbitrary justice check for myself. Scramble goes face first, mouth first for this food.
Okay, you fall
I got
into
a nat
the
1 on my arbitrary justice roll.
nice. I didn't see that roll, but you
No, I
basically.
did that person just with a physical dice. Cause I was
Oh, gotcha.
I'll
So-
either go to pick it up and it won't exist, or I'll go face first for it and comedy
think-
will happen.
Let's combine the two things that you said you were going to do. And basically, you fall trying to retrieve this piece of food and manage to taste the water as being vaguely salty as you inhale a bunch of it.
And I like start splashing around. I don't know if I know how to swim or not. Hang on, how deep actually is it? Is it 6 feet? You say?
It's about 6 feet, but you feel the ground is a
Remind myself how
little
tall
like
I am.
when you hit the ground or touch the ground, you notice it's a bit uneven, so the depth changes quite a lot.
Sure. Okay. All right. Well, I'm only 5'2", so like
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
might be
pull.
underwater and
And
splashing.
I'll reach out for you now that I've pranked you good.
Yeah,
So-
can I try
Hang
and pull you in?
Hang on a minute.
Absolutely.
Was that
Hang on a
strength?
minute. I think I'm
Yeah, give me a
I'm
strength.
remembering this part.
I'll make a
Hang on
con
a
save,
minute.
shall I?
Oh shit, my strength is weak.
Oh,
Oh!
I'm right in the water.
Okay, all right. You notice a bunch of comedy of errors, like slipping, falling into the water, climbing out of the water. While that's happening, does anyone else do anything?
Well,
Come on
I
in,
think
guys, the water's fine.
so. I think Fleeb has like a moment of recollection of just remembering. Like, I think I am the only like beyond maybe. Am I the tallest in this party?
I
Probably.
have no idea.
I'm quite
me.
short for an elf, but I'm
Yeah,
tall
yeah.
compared
I
to
remember
everybody else.
you're a
It's you
short
or
elf
Orvex.
for some reason.
It's you or Orvex.
It's because I grew up in the
He thinks he's
Gnomish
tall
caves.
because he's yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm beginning to contemplate the fact that I am not capable of having anybody. So it's like, well, I can wade, but other people are going to be swimming.
I don't know if I can swim.
And I,
That's not
as
something I've ever
I, as,
considered.
as I peer inside my spellbook and realise that, I never really dealt for the event in which there was a large body of water that I'd have to deal with.
You contemplate
Um,
these things.
Can we see to the so we see to the left there is a kind of like a bank that follows round to the left hand side.
Yes.
Can we follow that around so that
Sure.
we get closer towards the temple before getting
Yeah.
in the water, I suppose?
Oh,
Totally.
yeah,
It-
we'll get back out after this great series of
I-
pranks.
Don't just want to swim there.
It looks about 15 feet at that closest point to the walls of this structure.
I mean, we're already wet, dude. May as well just swim there.
Well, fine then.
No,
keep
no,
swimming.
I'm
walking
getting
for
out.
the
I'm not
majority of the
gonna-
way that I can.
I'm not gonna swim. I'm wearing like medium
Yeah.
armor.
I'm also struggling to justify where I would have learnt to swim at any point in Scrammle's life.
There are underwater caves.
Yeah, there's underwater. There's water underwater.
The gnomes are quite
Yeah, but-
technological. They probably have like
Yeah, but I'm an
Bah.
orphan who spends most of the time searching for food. When am I going to bother swimming?
there's
when
food.
you
In,
get
there's
dunked
sometimes
fish.
there's food underwater. Like you see them throw in food for the ducks, you jump in.
I've heard worse arguments. Cave ducks. Ah, modern
They
classic.
throw in food for the cave crabs and the cave frogs and the cave fish.
All right, we'll get out of the water anyway. We'll
Yeah,
Okay,
we're out
worry
there.
about this one being a case.
I've walked round. Whether these guys are having a
Before-
paddle
I'll go
is
around
another
with
matter.
him. What I would like to do though is I'd like to try this new thing with my helmet.
Oh,
So I'm gonna turn on my detect thoughts,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna use where is it? There's a bit near the end of it, where I can detect the presence of intelligence.
None is found for.
It's right near
words.
the end, I think. He can't, blah blah blah. You can search for thoughts within 30 feet. So as we go, I'm gonna see if I find thoughts that aren't part of the group.
Okay.
Ah.
Do you have to make a check for it? What is the wording?
It doesn't look like it. It says
When you cast a spell,
when you
or
cast
as
a
your
spell
action,
or as your action, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock or 2 inches of metal,
Okay.
or a little bit of lead blocks it. Anything with int 4 or higher that speaks a language can probably be detected within 30 feet, even if I can't see it.
Okay. You detect no such thing.
Okay. I was just reaching out, seeing if there are maybe like some smart frogs in the water.
It's a good thought, but nothing
Nonetheless,
so far.
no smart frogs.
Okay, I like look
Ah,
back up with my eye stopping being purple. I'm like, well, no intelligent thoughts here, guys.
No change then.
Oh, no.
Are you comforted or concerned?
I'm very comforted.
So where are we now? Are we slightly closer to the wall?
Yeah,
think
you're
we're
basically
where-
on the
walking around
bank
to the
of
edge
the
over
water,
here.
so within about 15 feet of the structure's walls.
Okay,
15
before anyone
feet.
jumps across, I just turn to everyone and say, before anyone jumps across, I look at Caesar, like lock eyes at Caesar. Before anyone jumps across, let's get a rope across here.
But hey, I can jump across with a rope. Huh? Huh?
Clever.
Okay, well, at least have the rope before you jump.
Oh yeah. And Caesar's like literally just about to jump, but like,
Can you climb?
I was gonna be there to
you
catch the rope. Taking the rope makes way
you
too
can
much
climb
sense.
really easily, can't you?
I can jump really easily.
Okay.
I think, it's like the number of your strength score in feet, or because of your monk thing, it's like doubled or something.
It doubles it, yeah.
Okay, so
Step the wind.
you can long jump to the walls of this, but in order to use Step of the Wind, you'd have to use a key point, right?
Yeah.
So what's your strength score?
My strength
Rules
score
just hand
is
him the rope with mage hand.
14.
14. All right, so that's pretty close. I'll say if you make a half decent athletics check, you could basically long jump onto the top of this wall without using a key point.
I'm ensuring I've got the rope.
Yes, you're holding it right now.
I mean, I could also just hand you the rope with my mage hand.
Yeah, with a 12, you manage to do the long jump, just make it to the top of this wall, and land on this 1 foot wide stone wall and shake back and forth a little bit, but you manage to stick the landing.
Nice. Right. So is there anything I can like tie the rope onto up here, or what? Is there anything down in the courtyard?
I will show you one moment.
It's super not worth burning one of my 2 second level slots just to flex on everyone, is it?
Okay.
Why? What were you gonna do?
So basically,
Use
you've
a new
made it
spell.
to here. How do I? There. You're there. And the rest of
bang on
you,
those,
the rest of
it's
you are actually further away. But obviously, I don't have much space to work with on this map.
over
so-
down.
Oh, right, we're bottom leftish.
Cool.
Alright, Caesar, now throw us one end of the rope.
I see. We've done this before.
Okay.
Do you throw the rope?
Wait, you took both ends?
Yes.
I mean, I could just mage hand cantrip take it from you.
Yeah. I hand the one end of the rope to him, and he just wrenches it out of my hands. Jumps across.
Oops. Surely I need to like tie it onto something, but it looks as if it's just. wall.
I'd say you could find the wall breaks off, so you could try to tie it around the corner of the wall that has broken, which would kind of be helpful. It's up to you, really.
Just anchor yourself
How long
somehow.
is the rope?
I think in D&D
50
they tend
foot?
to be
No.
50 feet of hempen rope, if I'm not mistaken.
So is there the possibility that I can jump further on and tie it onto something I can see after doing a second jump?
Well, you see a pretty, again, cube-shaped building tends to be the hallmark of these shrines, in your opinion. So the wall seems like a more likely tie-off point than the building itself.
Okay. Using my dwarven senses, can I tell whether I could, like, put a little metal pin into this wall or?
Oh yeah, that's a stonework check. Okay, so give me like a history check with advantage, because I love a dwarven stonework check. It's when I read that on the race's stats many a month ago, I thought, oh, that's fun. Okay. Oh, with advantage? That can't be right. Oh, okay. With a 10, you would estimate that this stone is old. If you had a sufficient steel peg, you could, and a rock or a hammer, you could hammer it in. Like a python, you certainly could.
I'm sure I had a python at some point, or it might have been just in a different campaign. I just had it, and I was like, what the hell's a python? I had to Google it.
It's certainly pythonable.
Yeah, I don't think I have one.
If you had a
so-
climbing kit, it's included in that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just standing on this wall going, I'm just holding this rope going, right, come on guys, just standing there expectantly, just with a firm grip on it.
On both ends of the rope, looking at them like, what the hell are
I
you
know,
doing,
I
guys?
thought I had thrown it.
Oh, you've thrown the other end. Okay, cool. So you guys have presumably the end of a rope.
Okay.
Woo.
Well, I'll just guess I'll hold it. Am I there? I'm probably the. I don't know now. No, I'll go along it. I'll do a sweet.
While the rest of us brace.
We'll tie a sweet knot around it.
Around what?
It's only like 10 feet away, so we can wrap it around something, like a piton, and throw the other end back to Caesar, so he can hold both ends, and then we can get the rope back. So we have two
I see
lines.
what you're saying. We leave like a thing in the ground angled back slightly, so what we just do is slack it a little bit and whip it up to get
Caesar,
it back
make a
up.
perception
Or just let
check
go
for
of
me.
one end and hold,
Oh, yeah, that would
pull
also
it
work.
back.
Yep. Yeah, good point.
Oh yeah, with the 21 Caesar, you notice that the water around you, now that you've taken a chance to look at it, is actually much shallower than the water further down of the embankment that you previously were standing.
Oh, so it's deeper. Oh,
No, it's shallower here. It looks about 2 feet deep.
deeper here, but not deeper there.
No. Where you currently are around this shrine, it's 2 feet
Right.
deep. Where you were
Right.
previously, it was about 6 feet.
Feet. I'm taller than 2 feet, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Almost certainly. Like, probably not massive. Like, I don't know how tall you guys are, but you've got to be at least 3 feet tall, surely.
Okay, well, I guess I'd realise that and jump down
Nice. All right, you jump into the water.
and just tell the guys, "Hey guys, it's not as deep over here. I'll hold the
Oh
rope
my god,
if you
he's
get stuck."
died.
I still love the idea of you guys on the other side of the bank just arguing. All right, no, if we attach it to one end and then attach it to both ends and then a python and throw the python.
And he just jumps off while we're arguing.
Yeah, and he just jumps into the water. It goes up to his belly button.
I was thinking about polymorphing into something that can swim. I'm just looking at the beasts list and like, ooh, giant shark.
Is
I like
it
how we
shallower at this bank as well then? It's all around this area is shallower.
Yeah, this area that surrounds this big stone shrine appears to be
Oh,
much shallower than the area that you previously
How
fell
shallow?
into. 2 feet.
Feet.
Oh, it's
probably
still
not.
quite. That's like up to my neck.
Oh no.
Maybe not quite, but up to my
How,
shoulders.
okay, well, I sort of see that and sort of like drop myself in here.
Cool. You do that
I'm gonna walk
successfully.
I'm gonna walk along the rope and jump onto Caesar's shoulders.
You're
I'll
actually
jump
going
in
to
the water,
tightrope
I'm not
walk?
worried
Okay,
about
give me an
the
acrobatics check if you've
Yeah,
attached it to
absolutely.
something on the other end.
Yeah, but I have a foot on each of
Orvex
the
is
two,
gonna have a
two
funny one.
sides of the rope. But yeah, let me just find my skill, acrobatics. Good old 8.
Okay. As you're tightrope walking, you get about halfway before you realize, oh, I'm falling. And then you fall. And then you realize as you get close to the water, oh, it's not that deep. And you bump your head as you hit the ground underneath the water.
I'm 3 feet tall. It's deep.
Yeah, but your force of you falling would still hit the bottom of the water, the ground. So you sort of bounce off the bottom.
This is really. I go back up. This is really deep.
There's a gentle
Get my feet
current.
under me and like splash around.
There's a gentle current pushing you south.
Can I?
Orvex jumps in behind you and goes, "It's okay, Jax. I'll help you." And he just stabilizes you without really much effort. What were
Thanks,
you-
dude.
What were you gonna
Oh,
do?
this is
Flea?
treacherous.
Flea statements.
It was literally I was going to wander over to try and catch him before he drifted too far south, but as he's been picked up, then I probably wouldn't bother.
It's fun for fun. Let's say you and Orvex arrive at the same time and stabilize Jax as he dramatically thanks you for saving his
Oh,
life.
dudes! I nearly got swept away.
It's like a bath for a small child in there.
It turns out that like, I guess my clothes are quite oily and they are mostly waterproof, so they're billowed up with air, and I'm like in a big pillow, like
Hey, dudes, you
awkwardly
put on weight.
floating.
You been eating without me?
And I'm just like bobbing around on the water, and like they're dragging me along by my legs.
I suppose we drag him south along this wall because we kind of vaguely saw the entrance over here to the south, or did we not? Well, I'm
No,
inferring. the
I'd
fact that we
say
know the
based on the, you would have been looking at the shrine as you were walking up the embankment, and you saw clearly that the entrance was in the south side.
We'll walk around here.
Cool.
When I get to this corner, I do poke my head around it before I barrel around it.
You see 2 crocodile corpses floating upside down in the water.
I turn around and look at Caesar.
There's something tasty around the corner.
I sort of like offer the corner up to Caesar for him to poke around.
Caesar looks around the corner and presumably still sees the 2 floating.
You do. I would love it if it was just like Phlebe
that'd be
post-traumatic
so good if
stress
you did it.
disorder, but it's actually 2 real crocodile corpses.
Oh,
I give Phlebe a knowing look and go,
Delicious.
"Hey, Jax, there's some there's food round the corner."
out of my way, nerds.
I'm gonna be doing my mind telepathy again. I'm just floating along. I'm like, yeah, might as well be trying to do mind telepathy.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You notice nothing aside from the surface thoughts of your companions, which I will quickly list as Orvex saying, okay, it's fine. It's just a little bit cold. It's fine. It's fine. Scrammel saying, they seem to be
say
talking
food?
about food up there. Sorry, go on.
Was that food?
And then Phlebe, what's your surface thoughts?
My balls are cold.
Nice. Caesar, what's your surface thoughts?
My nipples are cold.
Cold
Nice.
enough for your...
Those are the
How
surface
cold
thoughts.
is this water? Is this is a tropical climb, right?
I mean, 2
I
feet
will
of
say-
water probably doesn't reach your balls.
Well,
I'll
I fell
say-
in when
fair
I
enough.
slid down.
Phlebe now
18.
canonically has 2 feet tall legs.
It must be refreshing.
Really tall body.
Like Ursa.
Leave is all body.
Phlebe is the heavy.
There's a spell that backfired back in the day.
This might be
baby legs.
refreshingly
He got
warm.
Okay.
those baby legs.
Okay, right. So I sort of like look at the others. Like, so something eats Okay, actually, how mangled are these? Are these just dead crocodiles? And they're just upside down?
Make
Or
a
are they, like-
perception check. Oh, nice. Yeah, with a 17, you notice what are unmistakably arcane scorch marks on the outer skin of these crocodiles.
I think people have been here before us. And I sort of point out the sort of like scorch marks and like arcane runery that's appeared on them, and the after effect as a spell that's begun to worn off and just leave the sort of
you
weird
tell-
charred remains where you have magic that has interacted with the material world that leaves a strange sort of purple burn.
Philippe, as a magician, can you tell how long ago these things were? How long ago the spell was? How long have these things been dead? Is what I'm trying to get at.
I might not be able to tell how long they've been dead. I might be able to tell about the spell though.
Well, yeah, that
it
would give
would
us a
be-
clue of one or the other,
Okay,
right?
so if we get closer, I don't believe it's necessarily the exact use of it, but I could use identify.
No, if you want to, it would just. I mean, it's not really a spell. You could. It's
Arcana?
like Arcana or investigation check. Like it's not a.
Sure.
You don't,
yeah.
you don't
Okay.
have
Yeah.
to use a thing.
I'll do that then. I will wander over and try and do that.
I'll back you up.
I just think it was like, oh, I could roll history to know the story of these crocodiles.
Well, I don't think anyone's written history books about them, but if they did, then you might know. Okay, make an Arcana. Oh, did you already roll Arcana?
Yep,
Philippe?
that was my 15.
Okay, so with a 15, you would gather
Stand next to you,
that
man.
these
drag
are
along.
about 12 hours ago.
12 hours.
So last night, because it's kind of getting on towards the.
Yeah.
Oh,
Early-
plenty of time ago.
A fight during the night. I
A
step
night
up
fight?
I step up onto the steps.
Okay.
A night fight, you say?
You drag me to the edge.
You see.
I roll around like I'm on a like I'm on an inflatable donut until I manage to like scramble onto the step,
Okay,
like
cool.
deflate my my outfit.
You notice behind you, at the opposite these stairs that you've just climbed, are 2 columns flanking the entrance to this courtyard. They have carved images of a long-legged bird with a needle-like beak. At the building's front, slimy steps ascend to an entry arch.
Well,
Oh,
we haven't found any puzzle-like words yet, which usually is a bad sign. We haven't been given a clue.
so where is the bird picture? Sorry.
It's on the 2 columns, like to the
Oh, right near
south
the
of you.
entrance.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Orvex, there's some more columns
Vex.
over there, like the other temples.
Yeah, aren't they usually where the translation bits are?
Are you guys at the bottom of the stairs or the top of the stairs?
On the
I'll have
stairs.
walked up. I'll have walked up a bit just to sort of be.
Scrabble's just like
close to falling
standing there in the
again.
water, like as everybody else starts bringing themselves off. He's like looking at these crocodiles, looking like at the, just looking around, just standing there in the water. I don't know why. Just
Okay,
how I
cool.
imagine it.
So as you reach the top of the stairs, you see an inscription above the entrance to this shrine.
I presumably can't read it.
You cannot, but you can summon or gather. I think Philippe described himself as like halfway up the stairs or on the stairs in a way.
I'm just gonna try and read it like phonetically with the closest letters, like when you try and read Cyrillic. So I'm just saying like mbop debagdashna. It says that, Orvex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey,
What does that
Orvex, we
mean?
go check out the obsidian column. What the hell are you talking about, Jax?
As Orvex comes to clarify, he says, "Oh, delightful. Okay, this one says, Papzotl teaches us to bow before no one. Ooh, good
Bow
one.
before no one. Bow before no one.
Papazotl. I like it. These are getting more interesting. I tell you, I've explored more of these shrines with you all than I ever did alone."
How
Yeah,
many did you
man.
explore alone?
Sorry, what was that?
How many did you explore alone?
Well, the sort of 2 or 3 near the entrance to the city that we found each other, the southwest corner. And I'd
That's 2
read...
or 3 more than I was going to give you credit for.
I'd read a lot of inscriptions that describe the locations of sort of central hubs of worship, but I didn't know they would all turn out to be these weird labyrinths of death and spikes everywhere.
Alright, quick question, guys. What's a bow?
A bow.
Yeah.
So I sort
What
of.
is that?
I play my violin. I point to the bow on my violin and I play the
Oh,
violin.
yeah, that sort of thing. You just pronounced it funny. You just means bow, right? Gotcha. Like this, I pull out my bow and cock an arrow.
Or I suddenly
By the way,
realised,
not meant to do that. I put it away.
and Phoebe sort of like realizes he hasn't actually spoken with aristocracy in a long time and actually can't remember.
Jex is just treating it like a word game. He's a bard, so he's like, a bough, that's a branch in a tree.
So
Oh wait, no, that's
I sort of like bend very stiffly, one hand behind my back and one hand in front of me.
no, dude. What the sign just said not to do that. What are you
Wait,
doing?
what are you?
Oh, good
Yeah,
point.
What is that?
That's a bow. To bend.
I just say, I turn to Scramble. I'm like, dude,
Pretty
while
sure you
you're
just
in
got
here,
pranked.
even if you see food on the floor, don't
Yeah.
bend over to pick it up. You've got to
Why not?
squat. You've got to squat to pick it up.
Okay.
Don't bend over.
All right. Why then?
Phoebe walks in.
Presumably, there's like some kind of animal beast here that walks around spanking people who put their butts out.
Ah, we got this is the prank god. Got it.
Jex and
I wonder.
Flea, you see an empty pedestal standing in the middle of the chamber.
It's not empty anymore.
Oh, sorry. It's
Jax
you
hops
see,
onto it.
you see that empty pedestal there, and you also see there's moss clinging to the stonework all around this hall, and there's a mosaic picture on the floor depicting a tall bird using its long pointy beak to pin a monstrous frog-like creature with tentacles sprouting from its shoulders.
Hey, we saw that thing. That's the frog ass.
So can we get this to fight that?
That
Do
means
you see a big
that means we
bird?
need to find a terror bird. Do we see more of this map? Oh,
Yeah, there you go. You see there's these 2 large stone doors also opposite this big empty stone plinth in the middle.
I kind of look at Jex, give a hand, and I kind of like put my pathetic weight against one of them, and
I hop down and just start opening them.
Okay, so what are your strength
Actually, I'm not
scores?
going to hop down. I'm going to stand up here and direct people flamboyantly. I'm going to direct Caesar to go and open the door.
What's your strength score?
A hot solid 8.
You push the doors and nothing happens.
That's kind of to be expected.
Caesar cracks his knuckles and gives it a go.
I step back.
Okay, what's your strength score, Caesar?
14.
Okay, you push it and you hear what's the word, like scraping noises, but no significant progress is made.
Okay.
Hmm.
Not gonna.
I
Budge
realise
fast.
that I've done this before, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna spend some time molding some earth.
I was going to ask if they have any like keyholes or anything that I might be able to pick. There was
You have a
lock on
look.
them
You can
already.
make you don't see any, but you can make a perception check. And if you want to mold earth, Fleep, then you can do that.
I'll wait until after they've looked for keyholes.
Yeah, rather than spend a spell slot.
Does
let's make
mold
sure we
earth
fix
it's a
work on?
cantrip.
Does
Oh,
it work on stone?
Yes,
dirt or stone that you
stone.
can see within range. Fits within a 5-foot cube. You manipulate it in one of the following ways. Oh, I see.
So it moves.
Okay,
It
because this
moves
isn't
dirt around.
because this isn't loose earth, it doesn't work in this situation. Whereas the previous, I think, shrine you went to was sitting upon like the jungle earth, like it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't stone.
Yeah.
You were just using it to get under a gate, which
Yep,
was on.
that makes sense.
Although
because
the
there's, like,
the doors now
shaped
can
stones.
be difficult terrain.
Yeah, you could make them difficult terrain if you want. Okay, with a
Okay,
14,
yeah.
you don't see any keyhole scramble.
Okay.
Is there anything
Or
on the
mechanisms.
pedestal? Like
No,
inscriptions or...
the,
Other than Jack's.
the pedestal is unremarkable.
All right, I've got an idea. I'm using my helmet and like looking at. Did it feel to Caesar like his pushing was having some effect and just not good enough?
Yes, that is how it felt.
Okay.
So what if we all pushed?
I am gonna cast. I'm like, okay, everyone, go back into the corridor. I'm gonna need some space.
Why?
You see, Orvex
I mean, I'll
takes
do
a
it.
couple of steps back.
That'll do. I'm gonna cast polymorph on myself,
Okay.
Oh, got it.
and I'm gonna turn myself into Wongo, or giant ape.
Okay. You become a giant ape. You see
I'm
Jex.
now squeezed into this space.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm only taking up the space of a large creature, and I'm gonna push the door with my strength score of 23.
Okay. You go up to the doors and push them casually open as though they were small chopping boards.
I would go, ooh, ooh.
Scrabble
I
wipes a
look
tear
back
from
at
his
the
eye.
others and
He
say,
became,
ooh.
he became the thing he always
You know-
wanted to be.
You know the most
It's
beautiful
beautiful.
thing about me becoming a giant ape? It's only got one less int than me. My faculties are barely reduced.
Barely reduced.
Is
Nice.
your int score?
8.
Okay, fair. Okay, you're as
Oh, wow, that's
non-book
really
smart
funny.
as I am strength weak, so that kind of makes sense.
It's funny that like we hang out really, like do really stupid things together. Because my int score is 16.
Well, I've got those street smarts, right? You've got like problem solving smarts, but I got just
Oh no, I got mad street smarts. I grew up on the streets. I'm not very wise.
Cool.
Yeah,
Do you guys go into this room that has now been revealed
Yeah.
by the giant ape?
It'd
Yeah,
probably
I'll
be a bit rude
squeeze
to
through
not
the.
to.
Well, once I'm out of the way, yeah. So I'll step through, like crouched over, and then I can I stand up in this room?
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Nice. So
Does
another
anyone speak ape?
another
I think he said, "Ta-da."
You know, good enough. I
Okay.
believe it.
Ooh,
So should we
ooh.
let Jax handle this one? I think he's got it under control.
Hmm.
In this chamber, another empty pedestal stands in the middle. 6 statues face it from alcoves on the walls. They depict bare-chested humans with the heads of different animals. From the left to the right, the heads resemble a lizard, a jaguar, a lobster, a toucan, a bat, and a frog.
Hang on, you're gonna have to have that slower while
Sure,
I write
sure.
them down.
So it is a lizard.
Sorry. Is this going round in a clockwise direction, starting from the bottom left?
No, I think it starts from. I believe it starts from like top left to top
Okay.
right, then left
Okay.
middle
Okay.
to sort of like
Understood.
a book.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
So lizard, jaguar,
Yep.
lobster, toucan, then bat, and then frog.
Bat and then frog. Cool.
Bat.
Sorry, I'm gonna write these on the map.
Everybody
I'll
make
try and
a
spell
perception
somewhere.
check.
Do. Have you spotted
okay.
the 20 wizards?
Ooh, my perception is better when I'm
Some dirty 20.
Your
dirty
perception
20.
is better, and you're fucking out. Oh dear, Fleeb has his eyes closed.
Apes are good at seeing.
I'm not denying that. It
Oh,
just
wow.
sounded quite
Oh,
funny.
I can't roll that because I am a halfling ape.
Hang on, is that how that works?
Halfling ape.
Yeah, I don't lose my innate abilities just because I'm an ape form.
Fair enough.
I don't think.
It's an interesting question. I don't know, to be honest.
Like, I suppose it's luck, so I suppose that's kind of fair.
But when you polymorph, you're not. It's not like wild shape. It's not like you retain your inherent
I
essence.
will
That's a good
look
point.
it up.
It's interesting, but it doesn't matter overly in this situation. But if you want to double check, that would be very helpful. Caesar
It might.
Chameleon, not Fleeb, and Scramble, and not Jex, although that's kind of debatable at this point. We'll say Jex maybe, pending investigation. And so definitely Caesar and Scramble. You notice a small passageway behind this particular statue.
All right. What was the animal for that one? Sorry.
I have to reverse engineer my list.
Toucan?
I think toucan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's toucan. Yeah, behind the toucan.
Cool. I'll go up and take a nose.
Okay. It appears to be a crawl space. Can you see it on the map? I'm pretty sure I revealed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see something. Well, there seems to be a hole here, guys. I'm going in.
Okay, you go in.
Fleeb considers it and then realizes that he doesn't really want to be on his knees, so doesn't.
Cool. They are old knees after all, at the ripe old
Indeed.
age of 30.
Indeed, late 30s.
You come to describing. A strange grid is etched into the far wall of this stone cell, showing you this. I'm going to show it to players, and you can examine it yourself.
Oh.
So on the east wall of that small room, you see that. And also, who else notices things?
You keep any racial abilities that aren't dependent on your form. So if you had senses based on your eyes, those would change based on your creature. But if you have
Interesting.
There we go.
Dan wouldn't lose his stone cunning if he was polymorphed.
But like a half elf would probably lose their like perception because it's based on eyes and ears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think they have advantage on or additional perception or something like that.
But also whether or not stone cunning was something he could even attempt probably depends on the int of the form.
It's very interesting. Okay, good. Then you can roll that again. In that case, Jex, you notice as you're standing close to this central pedestal, you notice a small hole on the western side of it.
Oh! I'm going to point. I'm going to try and put my giant finger in it.
Okay. You put your finger in it, and it reminds you of the holes that you saw in that big stone rectangle that had nine.
Like a cube is missing here.
Yeah, you notice that there's a space that is roughly cube-shaped that is empty, and beside it
Sorry.
is like a series of words written in common.
I'm just
read
going to
the
do
words.
and look angry.
I wander over and read the words.
Okay. You read the words, comes with sunshine, leaves with night, hides in darkness, does not bite, always joined to its caster, never strays from its master. And then you hear Orvex in the back say, "Oh, I love riddles."
I'm gonna need another bit of
Yeah,
paper.
could you say that
Can
again, please?
that again?
Sure. Comes with sunshine,
Comes with sunshine.
leaves
Leaves
with
with
night, hides in darkness, does not bite,
Yeah, it's a shadow.
Yeah.
always joined to its caster, never strays from its master.
Yep.
Okay, so Shadow. We've done this Mary joke before. Right. Okay. Shall we do a what is it? A luck roll, a D20 for how long our characters actually spend working that one out.
No, I don't play that your characters have to sort out the riddle. If you know the riddle, then you know the riddle.
Okay, fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so
If
we're
the-
all kind of
also, if
looking
the
at each
cube's
other.
missing, we're just saving time.
Okay, so yeah, it's like, for some reason, Flea makes eye contact with an ape, and just both go. Whereas I say shadow, there's just an ook.
Well, you go shad, and then the monkey goes ooh.
I pick Fleeb up and just like hold him upside down so his head is eye level with the cube, like the missing gap for the cube.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I put him down again.
Caesar, did you see the piece of paper image that I revealed in the common
Was it
section?
only revealed to me?
Oh no, it was revealed to everyone, but you were in the room, so I was like highlighting it.
Yeah. Is there
for
anything
your-
else like gritty that pairs up with this, or the only thing in this room?
In the room that you're in, there is just that and nothing else.
Okay. Caesar will crawl back out with that freshly in his mind and look at like the rest of the main chamber and see if anything in there is.
Okay, make an investigation check. Ooh, with an 8. You don't notice anything particularly grid-like. I mean, the stones on the ground are, flagstones, so they have a sort of square grid quality, but that doesn't seem relevant. You're not sure what they could refer to.
Yeah. Like, turn to Fleeb going, there's a strange little room in there. The only thing being a little thing on the wall which has a grid and some lighter stones and some darker stones. It doesn't seem to mean anything to me.
My knees. I try to crawl through.
Okay.
Oh.
You crawl successfully. You arrive in the room. It's kind of gross, a bit mossy.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of mossy that is like a pleasant earthy aroma rather than mold per se. Once you arrive in the room, you see that grid pattern as depicted in the handout.
I touch one of the tiles. Let's say I touch the. Oh, I can't even come. I'm not going to be able to ping this to you, am I?
It's okay.
I'm gonna
Just
touch
give me a vague
where,
description.
Where there's the two darker ones stacked on top of each other to make a 2, I touch the lower one.
Okay. Nothing happens. That
Can
you
I try
know.
and ply them off?
No, they look to be like carved into the stone, and
Tap different ones to see if they make different noises.
They're not
No.
buttons or anything.
they all sound like stone to you. You can make what would it be? Investigation or intelligence check. It's up to you.
Let's go for an work out what I'm smarter at.
I start drumming on my chest rhythmically.
Investigation.
Okay. With a 13, I mean, I'll say you recognize this as part of a mechanism or part of the various communication that all these shrines seem to be having with their visitors. And you get the sense that with the pedestal's gap, you conclude that the cube probably isn't here.
Yeah, okay, so eventually this puzzle has been solved.
That's what you gather.
I kind of squeeze my way back through and I look at the floor in the area. See if it matches, for
The
example.
entrance, the mosaic.
No,
you,
the main room.
You look at the mosaic and it doesn't appear to have any corresponding features.
Okay.
No.
Irrespective of everything, I think that the cube that was here has gone. So irrelevant of whether we know how to solve this puzzle, there's no point.
There is not a giant ape in the room anymore.
Elvis has left the building.
So, different thought then. If we've got some of the cubes, but not all of the cubes, and we need all of the cubes, we're gonna have to confront whoever's got the rest of the cubes at some point, whatever we do. Is there any point in getting the rest of the cubes right now?
Why are we even collecting?
To shove them in the thing.
Okay.
I was here.
Got nothing better to do.
Oh, did I remember the reason why I was here? I
Yes,
remember I was collecting
you,
the cubes.
you'd come here to try to rid this area of that death curse that seems to be
Oh, yes.
making people sick that have used healing magic previously, and you tracked it to this location. You believe it's some sort of magical artifact that's causing this effect, and you tracked it here with your colleague who was eaten by the T-Rex, and you're convinced it's somewhere in the city, and you're trying to get it.
Yes. Okay. So I expunge that information again. Like that's the reason why we're doing this.
I mean, if we were trying to get to a powerful artifact, I'd hide it behind a whole bunch of puzzle cubes.
Hmm.
Sounds like a smart idea.
You
Yeah.
hear me like outside going, woo, woo,
How long does that thing last?
an hour.
Well, may as well make use of it. Let's go beat up a frog hemoth.
I give
Oh.
if you see a thumb like reach into the room and like a big hairy hand reach in and give a thumbs up.
You see Orvex say, do we really have to? I mean, I suppose.
You're
We do
right.
have
The
an ape."
claymen are probably more threatening. Given there's the same amount of us.
What's more of an honourable fight against a monkey? Yeah. Good duel.
I mean, I'd rather deal with the clay dudes because like they were a lot tougher. We dealt with a dino, but we didn't deal with 4 clay boys. You know? Know what I'm saying?
Can we even get there in time before Polymorph runs out?
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm outside, so I'm waving a crocodile around.
I don't know. I turned to Fleeb, who's not here. Oh no, he came back, didn't he? I turned to Fleeb. You know how distances work.
Yep.
What question do you ask him?
Oh, I'm just like, yeah. How can we get to the clay? You know the clay temple.
You
Yep.
How long would you say it take us to get there?
Okay. You and Orvex sort of look at each other as you make sort of head cocking calculation gestures, and you both say
Survival.
You,
I enjoy
I
that.
mean,
Scrabble is smart enough
Like,
to be able to
yeah,
work this out. He
yeah,
just doesn't.
yeah.
Can't be bothered.
okay, give me a survival check.
Cool, that'll do. That's a gauge.
Oh yeah, 22.
Woo.
You say definitively no, it will take longer, and Orvex says, yeah, probably not long enough. Yeah, you get the sense it's like a couple of hours journey.
Any other temples near enough to here? I turn to Orvex
Okay, let's get Orvex to make a
to
check.
make use of our.
I mean, if he
big
just
ape.
comes outside,
Yeah, why don't you get Jex to just pick you up and get a vantage point?
What, you say that to Orvex?
Yeah.
And he says, okay. So he walks outside and stands in front of
yeah.
the ape.
I pick him up. I clamber onto the roof effortlessly with my 40-foot climb speed.
Okay, you're now on the
Lift him
roof.
Yeah.
And you see Orvex say,
Put him up on my palm.
I mean, just this wasn't necessary. Okay, all right, fine. And he says, okay.
How
The nearest...
tall is this giant ape, by the way?
I am huge, so
Oh, is it considered huge?
probably
Wow.
like King Kong.
Wow.
Yeah, huge, you're looking at like...
How did you get out
It's
this
T-Rex
building?
size, right? It's the same size as the T-Rex.
Probably, yeah. I can't remember what the thing is classified as, to be honest
Man,
with
could have
you.
done this when we were fighting the T-Rex.
It's probably between 15 and 20 feet tall, to be fair.
Huh.
So not
Yeah, I'd say between 15 and 20 is accurate.
maybe
Not a
not
bad
King.
vantage
King
point,
Kong
though.
is probably over the top.
Yeah.
Cool. So from this vantage point, you see Orvex say, okay, so southeast of here, based on the research that I've done, is the nearest one. I mean, inside that circular walled-off section, I haven't ventured because it's, I don't know, it just kind of creeps me out a little bit.
Okay,
But
so before he even finishes talking, I like put my hands out for the basically everyone except Caesar too. I mean, Caesar can hop on as well. I just put everyone on my shoulders and start like climbing
Result.
walls and jumping across back to land.
are you heading southeast?
Yeah, whichever way he just said.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. This seems like a fun way to travel.
Okay, athletics.
I'm all about this life.
So we're gonna roll. There you go, 17.
17, yeah.
Plus
You
9
make
to athletics. What the fuck?
you make very good progress. So does everyone go with? Is that the plan?
Oh, I hop on his shoulders. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
You
a
guys-
40-foot move speed as well, which is nice.
Nice. You guys are making sterling progress. Okay. I just need
Also,
to...
I think like when he starts explaining how he hasn't been there, like with my one lesson, I just have that much less like attention to pay to his words. So when he says a direction, I just start going.
Nice.
Just like get everyone to hop on. You're like, he says southeast, and you're like bending down to pick everyone else up as he's saying whatever he's saying.
Yeah.
By the time he's
I
finished
just
his
jump.
sentence, he thinks you've listened, but you're just pounding off in the direction he said like 10 seconds ago.
Okay. So, you managed to make excellent progress. It's starting to get to be probably mid-afternoon-ish, I would say. And I will describe what you see when you arrive.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet.
and this is like, what, half an hour travel or something?
I would say at ape speed, yeah, like 25, 30 minutes.
Brilliant, so we've still got like 30 minutes of ape left.
Yeah, but well,
what I
no,
was
you were
thinking.
fucking around in the shrine for a while. I'd say you got like 15 minutes of ape left.
Alright, I'll take it.
Cool. So what you see is you see another walled building. This one is actually triangular shaped as opposed to the stone cubes you've seen thus far. And you see monoliths adorning the entrance. Frog-like figures rise from the swamp beyond. A ruined edifice shaped like an arrowhead squats in the muddy water. Bushes and trees grow from its roof. At the pointed front of the building, steps ascend to a stone door covered in slime.
Go up the steps.
Yep, alright, in we
Big
go. I've got
I'll put
15
everyone
minutes of
down
big
and I'll
ape to
just
make
go
use of.
ahead.
Okay, so everyone make a perception check. Okay.
Fleeb, no eyes again.
Let me do one for Orvexia. Where's my
Scramble some
other
eyes.
Wisdom perception. Oh wow, 16 from. Okay, so we're missing one person. Why? Am I wrong?
I got a 14 there.
Oh, you did it manually.
It's
Sorry,
in
I
his-
didn't.
yeah,
I didn't
pretty-
realize.
Yeah, I have to do it manually while I'm ape.
Okay, so Caesar, you are the only one that spots this. As you all start to enter the monoliths surrounding this water-flooded compound, you notice a bunch of snake people crouched behind the walls, like lying in wait, and they set upon you suddenly.
Ah,
I love your reaction is, ah.
Yeah!
no. They have got us.
They've done and gotten us.
Okay, is
Oh
that-
god.
Spotted them.
Could
Oh,
you
wow.
do me a favor, please, and resize my model to 3x3?
Oh,
I can't
yes.
do that.
Oh my god.
Just like this?
Bloody hell.
Another one up, please.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, yeah, because it's huge. Crazy.
Yeah.
town. Okay, so let me give you a little... I'd say Jackson, who else was going first? Oh, you were all on his back, so technically
Yeah,
you're
we're on
all
his shoulders.
clumped together. No, don't do that. That's making life way too difficult. All right, because I literally won't be able to
Very
see you.
near.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. To be fair, you would have no way of knowing where I was going to put it. All right, so let me just draw you out a little bit of what you're seeing here, because it's weird to mix water like this. Okay, so the triangle goes back that way.
I'd
All right.
love to find out how these snake people are reacting to the fact that these 4 normal creatures are riding on the back of a massive ape.
So again, you're in about 2 feet of water in this middle section.
Okay.
And then you see some lily pads like this. Isn't that nice?
I was just looking up whether I could use my class features. Turns out I can't inspire you while I'm a giant ape. Somehow.
I mean, I'm very inspired thematically. That counts for something.
Okay, cool. So you see all these like snake people on the right and a bunch of very human-looking people, female and male, a mixture of very snake-y but more humanoid-looking,
I've got those snake eyes.
snake-esque. Cool. So let me get the. Don't anyone roll initiative yet, because I got to get rid of these old ones. All right, now everyone can roll initiative, please.
I was first to spot them and probably last to act.
That's Caesar's style.
Yep.
Okay.
You might have prevented them from getting a surprise round on us, though, by spotting them.
That is precisely what happened.
A nice 20. I can't, unfortunately, add myself at the moment.
Well, you
Well-
could just click on your thing, roll it, and then change it. To
Oh,
what you
yeah,
actually
I can do that.
If
Yeah.
if that's the case, and we're riding on Jex's back, I would, knowing that Jex is probably just going to plow through the door, just go monkey like warning call because he's a monkey right now. I can't just tell him
I
to stop.
just turn my head and look at you and like do a quizzical oh. Like what the hell are you
Let's
doing?
do a performance check, Caesar, to see how well you communicate in ape language.
Okay.
I love that you've had a check to determine how good you are at being a stone statue, and now a check to determine that you are terrible at monkey language. So
I love that I can literally understand normal language right now, and he's trying to speak ape to me.
Hey, I didn't realize that. You just turned into an ape.
Okay, so based on that check, you come barely squeezing yourself through here, and the rest of you guys are along for the ride.
Okay. Fair.
Cool. So
I
you're
just
sort
look
of like,
down and see all these snakes.
all right, yeah, you see them precisely. So first to react is the giant ape.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so there's a snake lady that's like sort of in my space.
Yes, I would say that is
I'm
accurate.
going to use the first of my fist attacks on her.
Good.
D20 plus 9. 18.
Oh my gosh, so many things. Yeah, that convincingly hits. Roll damage.
I'm now okay, my damage is 3d10 plus 6.
Oh, nice. 19. What kind of damage is it?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Goodness gracious me.
How's she look?
Still alive, but upset.
I'm gonna do
I'd
it
say
again.
I'd say
Alive?
bloodied, I would say.
Let's do it again. Oh, only
Go
a
for it.
12.
Okay, with a 12 you hit.
Oh, yes. 22 more damage.
Oh wow, yeah. How do you want her to meet her end?
I get surprised by her, suddenly jump up and just like slam my fists down on her, going, oh! And then look down, and I've accidentally tramped onto the snake lady, and I look concerned.
She's turned into paste. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. I'll call. Yeah. Yes. That's the end of my turn.
Next up is Professor Fleeb.
I'll just
So
be
where are
through,
we?
so I'm
Where
not
are we?
wedged in
Like,
the
so,
gates.
yeah. So like, can I sort of roll? I sort of panic, fall off the back of the ape, sprawl on the floor, and panic, and fire a lightning bolt directly upwards. Preferably through before Jex lands beside me, as he's also been
Scramble. Yeah.
Scramble. Don't add the B.
Scrabble.
I was presumably just going to keep fighting from my shoulder.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like,
Cool.
Well, I'm
This is a
saying
fantastic
okay.
position for you.
I'm
Yeah.
thematically going that Fleeb doesn't hold on.
Okay, cool.
Fleeb is incapable
Oh,
And
Scrabble's
falls off.
prepared. He's a dexterous boy.
and decides to do a lightning bolt straight up.
Go for it.
Up as
Well, I
in.
mean, it'd be straight to the
Can I-
side.
On the map,
These guys
can
are on
Yeah.
either side. Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
cast this at level 4? What does casting this at level 4 do?
You get more damage.
Extra damage, I think.
Well, guess what I'm doing then?
Nice. Okay, so it has to make a dexterity saving throw against what?
Against my spell thing, which is 15.
Oh, it's only one
15.
extra d6. That's disappointing.
Maybe it wasn't as good.
Okay, so the first one fails. The next one succeeds. The next one fails. And the last one fails. So the only one that succeeded is the second one.
Slash roll 9d6. Bam. Damn it.
Yeah, close, but no cigar.
Slash roll
You wrote 9d
Nine.
slash 6?
d6. Bam.
Okay,
That was
28 lightning
atrocious.
That's
damage.
not
Okay.
that bad.
It's
is
okay.
it?
Yeah.
Pretty average.
Wow, you see
It's-
substantial
yeah,
scorching taking
7
place.
is the average for 2 dice, so you're only slightly below average.
And have that be 14.
Yeah, you're 3.5 below average.
Yeah, which isn't that bad over, like, that many dice.
And then 28. And then this last one. 28. Okay. As the lightning bolt streaks from your falling hand as you make your way towards the shallow water, it scorches the one in front and the two at the rear, and the second one in the line manages to dodge slightly, but still scorches his snaky shoulder. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Get back up.
Okay, you get back up using half of your movement.
Yep.
Nice. Cool. next up is these females' turn. So the first snaky-looking human is going to try to attack.
Should we decide who's on my shoulders right before we?
Well, technically,
Who is-
everyone except for Fleeb,
Okay, cool.
because no one else has had a chance to do anything yet.
Cool.
So therefore, okay. So in that case, let's put you there, and you kind of there. 'Cause you
If you put them on the other side of me, it might be easier.
yeah, I get what you're saying. Let's put them over here. But for all intents and purposes, they're occupying the same space as the enormous
Yeah.
ape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So that means these snake people are seeing this enormous threat and start slithering into like this formation as they are making hissing noises, which you can only presume are swearing in snake language. So they are gonna attack you. These female ones first. So, goodness me.
Are the normal ones moving at the same time, or is Scramble in between them?
Sorry. What? Can you say that again? Moving at the same time?
yeah,
Oh,
these
sorry.
ones all move
I
now.
moved.
Oh,
I
yeah,
moved the wrong
yes,
ones.
You moved, yeah.
Oh, right, I see.
That's my mistake. I was reducing. I was reducing them to their base creature type. Okay.
Snake turn.
Cool. All right. Sweet. So the first one is going to scimitar, like this. Does a 9 hit? I don't think so.
No.
And it's going to try and
I
scimitar
don't have
you.
much AC. A 12 does hit.
Okay, so that's 3 slashing damage.
Yep. Which I will take to my ape form and allow me to do this. Okay, I'm still an ape.
Okay. Then the next one is going to cast Suggestion. Magically influence a creature you can see with the range that can hear and understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune to this effect. Sorry, I'm going to do a quick check here. Yep. So she says in common with a whispery accent. So you need to make a wisdom saving throw against...
Is that me?
Yes.
Okay, I think I have a benefit against that. Brave. Let me just check.
So you're against...
Advantage on saving throws. Oh no, that's being frightened. Okay.
So
Nope.
the spell save is DC 12, and the suggestion is this the one? No, command is a one-word suggestion. This can just be a suggestion. So she
Yes.
says, "Come with us."
Okay, so I need to make a wisdom save.
Oh,
Oh, nat 2. Shout out to the 2 crew.
nice.
Oh, no.
Okay, so the giant ape carrying the majority of your party,
I go, oh.
which is ironic because you can actually understand common despite the fact that your party didn't take advantage of that earlier. So basically,
I
yeah.
knew one of.
You view it as something like a friendly acquaintance would ask you to do, right?
This seems a reasonable course of action.
Okay,
I'll go
cool.
with them.
Sweet.
I mean,
So,
presumably she also says, and don't kill us.
I think no. I mean, she just says, but you can't really view someone as a friendly acquaintance and also want to kill them.
Well, it's not so much that you're a friendly acquaintance,
I think
it's
from
just
the
that you
acquaintance
follow...
charm person, yeah, I think.
Yeah, suggestion is just you follow the suggestion.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
no,
they could
she just-
very easily say, don't kill us as well.
No, I'd
Yeah,
say,
a
I'd say
friendly
she
acquaintance
just.
specifically.
Yeah, it sounds more like a charm person thing. Can continue for the
it's
duration
charm
of the
person if you wanna
suggested
check.
activity can be completed. The spell
Yeah.
ends. You can also specify during the duration. You might suggest that.
I definitely won't be killing her because that would stop me going with her, but like maybe some of the other types of snakes I'd be punching as we went.
Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, her character would take it very literally, so that's what she said. Then the next one is going to try to... okay, that one. Then this one is going to attack Orvex, so that's going to be a scimitar attack. Does an 11 hit Orvex? Ah, no, he manages to dodge it. His armor class is 12.
It's just like, he's a rogue. He's got to have like at least 2 decks, right?
Nice. Okay, cool. So then the
It's not a
next
high
one...
level rogue.
The next one is going to try and attack Caesar with the scimitar. So let's see how that goes. Does a 12 hit? I'm going to say no.
No.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
So I'm going to say that's just 5 damage because it's calculating a critical as well.
Yeah.
So that's 5 slashing damage. And
Okay.
then I think that's one remaining, and that one's going to attack Scramble. Does a
Bring it.
11 hit?
No.
Does a natural 1 hit? You see this
No.
this one here slashes wildly and manages to just look like a complete idiot, and she rubs her elbow as if she's like got tennis elbow in that moment. And that is the end of their turn. Now it is Scrammle's turn.
Is suggestion something that you see being cast?
Let me have a look.
Could I possibly know that this has been cast?
The components
I
are
mean, it's
verbal.
only verbal.
So you would just hear her talking to the ape. You wouldn't see any like hand waving.
Yeah. Maybe based on my reaction on my turn, you might suspect it.
Okay, sure.
Or I think the other thing would be like for someone who's versed in magic could potentially, depending on the GM's feeling, could potentially make Arcana to recognize a spell being cast. But
Yeah, I'd say for a rogue, you see her say something and you see the ape respond, but I don't know if you would have necessarily put it together with just a verbal
that's fine.
component.
Yep, no worries. In that case, I'm gonna do what I would do, but with it doesn't matter which one I target. I'll shoot. So can I cunning action attempt to like duck and like hide behind Jex's head or something, and then appear around appear around the side and arrow. And is that enough space to like they don't know that it's coming? Get away.
No, I'm gonna say no. Also, if you took arrow shot, you're technically within melee range, so it would have disadvantage.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, because I mean, you're all occupying his one huge space.
Oh, so can I?
you can
hit them with
position
the melee
yourself.
attack thing?
Oh yeah.
Although I suppose you're not as big as him. Yeah, I mean, if you're on his far side, yeah. I mean, he's 15 feet wide, or he controls a 15-foot area. You can shoot an arrow if you want to.
I mean, can I hit things with? Do I have to jump off his shoulder to use a melee?
No,
to stay up.
no, not necessarily. No.
In that case, if I can stay on his shoulder and do a melee attack, that's what I'll do, because I can use my green flame blade cantrip and get like 3 extra damage in. I'll tell you.
3
Whatever it is.
damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at the whichever one shot at me. Attack that one.
Oh, that's cool because you only ever basically do one attack. It's the
it doesn't
blade,
do a lot of
blade
bonus
and hunt,
damage. But it doesn't.
Cool.
but
Go
it's
for it.
just an upgrade. Yeah.
Hang on, I have to click that, don't I? It's a 14 hit.
Yes, it does.
So, which one hit? Which one attacked me?
It's this one here.
The third one.
Second one. So
Yeah.
that's within 5 feet of an ally.
Yes, it is.
So I get to add my sneak attack. bonus.
I imagine. Yeah.
And which one are you making the fire bounce to?
The one closest to Fleeb.
The one
Okay.
to the right.
So
Right,
it's only 21 damage for the one you hit and 3 damage for the one next to it.
Yeah, it's not a lot of bonus damage, but it's 3 free damage.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So you see this. This is an arrow, right? Okay. So you see the arrow.
No, this is now a rapier attack.
Okay. Cool. So that means you would have come over to like here, right?
Yeah. I'm still.
Okay.
I still want to be on Jex's shoulder.
You see your rapier wreathed in green flames stabs into this pure blood Yonti, and the flames jump across to the one beside her.
I am gonna then cunning action disengage. How far does that let me?
Disengage, just you don't get an attack of opportunity. You can move wherever you want to move.
Okay, well I'm
Stand
not
in
gonna
the
step
middle.
very far. I'm just gonna stand slightly further.
Cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. So these snake people slither over to you, and this one over here is going to attack Fleeb. So that is exactly. Oh, interesting. Oh no, I keep. Oh, this is the right one. All right. So you see this creature comes up to you, and although it's a different shape, it says, "Come with us," and you need to make a saving throw against DC 13, and it's a charisma save. I think. No, that's not true. It's a wisdom save.
Redo my green.
Okay. You feel the urge to go with them that you then suddenly shake off. Why would I go with these snake people? And then you see Caesar.
Out of my head.
Caesar, you need to make a wisdom saving throw as this creature over here says, We'd love you to come with us.
What the? No.
Oh, wow. Another 21, yeah. You feel the urge sort of begin, and then you manage to shake it off as, what are they trying to pull? And then you see Scramble. You feel the same suggestion. Oh, that's such a lovely bow. Why don't you come show it to us at our house? Now make a wisdom saving throw.
Hang on, I've turned on talk to myself because I was just fixing my green flame blade. Wisdom save.
Oh, yes. You
Not
feel
good.
compelled to follow them. And now we are going to move on to... I did that 3 times. Yeah, Caesar's turn. What would Caesar like to do?
Caesar can see that Fleeb is right next to one of these snaky boys, and from his vantage point on top of Monkey Jack, to jump
Ape,
off.
not monkey. Very rude.
Ape. Jump off, aiming to land on top of this one.
Okay.
Go
Make
for
an
a snake ride.
Make an athletics
Yeah.
check to see how well you crunch. Oh, yeah. I'll say with a 15, you can add like let's say a d6 to your whatever if you hit, because you're going to collapse on top of him. So I assume
Yep.
you're trying to attack him.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on him and then attack him. Yeah. So
Cool.
right, unarmed strike. Go. Oh my god! Why is that?
That looks
Why
Why
weird.
is that
Pink.
pink? It's added a button for you to.
Strange.
Ah,
Sorry, I clicked your unarmed strike. It's added.
The
attack.
I don't
damage
know
to
why
it.
it's.
So it's just broken the damage into
Oh,
2
okay, I see,
sections.
I see.
Okay, so you hit with a 24 and you do 6 bludgeoning damage.
I rolled your damage for you. Sorry.
And then you can
Does,
roll
that,
a
does that work
d6.
though? Is that
I clicked your thing and it says
does it roll
one
for your
d6 plus
character
2.
online?
Mine was 1d6 plus 2. Yours is also saying 1d6
Okay,
plus 2.
fine. So that's 6.
So you get an extra d6, right?
Yep. So just roll a regular d6 by itself. Nice.
9.
Okay,
so that's
cool.
9.
So
Is this
as,
a concentration spell it's doing?
let's have a look.
I'm learning so much.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So it needs to make a Constitution
save,
saving throw.
yeah. And it's going to be DC 10.
Yeah,
And it
so it
makes-
manages
yeah.
to hold on to its concentration. Do you want to do something else, Caesar?
Yep, I'm gonna do a open hand technique to. I'm gonna push it away from
Okay.
Fleeb. So that is a strength saving throw DC 15.
Okay, cool. Strength saving throw, DC 15. Go. Yeah, with a natural 20, it manages to resist the effect as it digs in its incredibly ripped biceps.
Okay, annoyed that it didn't move, I'm gonna smack it in the face.
Nice.
Um,
Seems like a logical response.
yeah,
That seems like damage rather than attack, or is that just a really low attack? That's a really low attack. Okay, you manage to punch into it, but its now flexed body resists your fists with ease.
It's suddenly got jacked when you attacked it.
okay. Now
It just
going
wasn't
to,
flexing before. Yeah, go on.
I cheated earlier. Fine. I didn't. It wasn't a flurry of blows attack.
Oh, you better hit a flurry of blows and then not use an ability.
Yeah. So flurry of blows, spending key point to do another 2 thingamajig.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
First
the 20
one.
you hit, roll damage.
Click the button. Cool.
7, nice. Okay, so this hit, you realize the flexing has a weak point. It's his pecs, and you pummel them relentlessly.
He overflexed the pecs.
There's
You get him-
whilst in the shimmer of Caesar's attacks, he's actually giving him twisting nipples and trying to.
Yeah,
What's
you
that
catch
called?
him.
A nipple cripple.
Nipple cripple. That's it. He's doing nipple cripples.
Yeah, you catch him mid
Purple
peck
nurple.
dance, and he's unaware. 24 hits again. Roll damage.
So you just grab both of his nips and twist.
Nice,
You get to
okay.
push again now. Oh, and he has to make a couple more easy concentration saves, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll say type 1.
So every time I do a hit
Every
with a
time he
flurry
takes
of blows-
damage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Your
So-
special ability is.
Yeah, he resists both of the attacks of concentration.
Cool. So because I've already used up one of the flurry of blows and open hand techniques, I do get to use another one. So I'm going to try and push him away again.
Okay.
So it's strength save of 15.
15. Okay. Strength. Yeah, with a 22, this thing is jacked as hell.
This guy. He's just allowed. He's just staying in nipple cripple range. So
Yeah.
my mini.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Next up is Jex the Suggestible.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Is it the lady in the top right who suggested me?
No,
it's the
I
top-
believe it's the
left,
bottom
right.
bottom
Sorry, I
right.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick her up in my arms and cradle her like a baby,
Okay, cool.
and I'm gonna get her go oh, and like get her to point the way for me to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, she can take that action on her turn.
I mean, I guess I need a direction so I can use my movement.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll say she, as her reaction, she points northeast. No, actually, no. Where are you? You guys. She points southwest.
Okay, so I'm gonna kick these two out of the way as I go that way.
Okay.
So
You move
can I
them
make an attack
easily.
against those?
Yeah, you can. Or it's
Yeah.
kind of like a push attack, a grapple. What
I
would
mean,
this
I'm
come
mostly
under?
like, I was just wondering, like, can I do damage because they're in the way and then they're out of the way and I'll just walk that way?
Okay. Well then, yeah, you can make whatever ape attacks the ape has.
All right, I will do this twice. So against the one on the left and then against the one on the right.
Yeah, they hit. Roll damage.
So the left takes 26 and the right takes 24, and then I'm gonna just walk my full 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's my 8 squares of movement. And I've
Okay.
got Orvex, Scrammel, and the this lady with me.
Okay, cool. That's there. This one, as a result of that attack, absolutely just turns into paste, I think. And that is the end of your turn.
I just turn around and accidentally trample them because I'm just so excited to go with them.
Yeah, I like it. It feels narratively cohesive. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Professor Fleeb's turn.
Okay. What was this line again? This grey line. Is this a wall?
Yeah, those are walls. It's just very not well drawn.
That's fine. Oof, look at the Communal Garden spell list.
I like that I've just taken Scramble away from the one he wants to follow.
Well, it's come with us, wasn't
Can
it?
I take? So I can take one step
Which one did I want
as
to follow?
as a disengage. Oh,
one
disengage
with
is an
the
action,
purple
isn't it?
mark.
Not a quick action.
Yeah, disengage is a regular action if you're a regular person.
So, because I am a regular person.
Yeah, sorry, only half our party can disengage as a bonus action.
Yep. So this guy in front of me is going to eat. Yeah, let's use some. Am I going to live that much longer?
Health have you got?
Well, you're kind of in front of me, so you're kind of protecting me. So I might be able to last a bit longer. I'm just trying to work out whether I wait for a better opportunity to use more lightning bolts. But fuck it. This guy in front of me and the person behind them is going to get a lightning bolt.
I can't
Yay,
believe you're
lightning
considering
bolt.
not using lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Come on.
Okay.
Well, it might have been scorching ray
21.
instead.
Oh, right. Okay, fair.
Okay,
I thought
so
you were running away.
No.
the first one saves and the back one does not. Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. This first one just turns into paste, so the concentration on Scramble drops, and he no longer feels like he wants to go in that direction.
Huh.
And then the
Good
back
work,
one.
Philippe. That guy had
takes
pecks of steel.
16. And the back one turns to paste as well, but she wasn't concentrating on anything. Well, I shouldn't say paste.
Well, he was concentrating very briefly on.
Do I know that the spell was cast on?
I think with suggestion, I'm gonna say you do. Yeah, I'm gonna say you do.
Definitely once it's over. Maybe not
Yeah,
while
once
it's...
yeah, it's over.
Cool. Is there something else that you would like to do with your turn as these things turn to like petrified wood that was hit by a lightning bolt?
I guess if it ends unnaturally, then you're like jolted out of it, whereas if it ended because you succeeded, it might not feel so weird. Because the suggestion seems reasonable while you're following it.
Yeah.
Fleeb, was that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next up is the Yonti. So that one that has been picked up, you see it, Orvex and Scramble, you see it shrug and continue to gesture forward, and you see these other Yonti like trailing behind it. And Scramble, you see one of them like clicks in your face and yells at you, "Go with them!" And you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
And I've just got this one lady cradled.
Oh yeah, you suddenly feel like, actually no, the first time
Fair
it was
enough.
right. I do like going this direction.
It seemed weird for a sec, but now it's been reaffirmed.
Yeah, if Wongo's going, you know what they say, it's better to be friends with Wongo than his enemy.
And
We're
you see
all
the next
Wongo
one
tonight.
tries to convince Orvex, but Orvex says, "Begone, you foul wench, your witchery will not work here."
Hey, leave him alone, nerd.
And that is the end of their turn, so that is Scrammle's turn. You are just chuffed with your situation.
Yeah, go with them. So I'm content with the person casting this. I'm content with the fact that this one injects his arms here. I'm not really sure what I should do here, other than sit down and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I mean, you feel pretty content with your situation. You're being cradled by an enormous ape, and that combined with the fact
Instantly
that
gets enraged.
yeah, you've been suggested to do it, and you were also doing it previously on your way here, so it feels like just being in the back seat of your parents' car, really.
Sure. I guess I'm gonna use my message to whisper to the snake lady that charmed me, suggested to me, "Hey, what are you doing later?"
Hey, you up?
Where are we going?
It's literally 10 feet. Fucking
No,
say it.
yeah, but no. I don't want everyone to know. I just start the conversation.
He's sending a text
I'm
saying...
sending a text.
Yeah, he's sending us a text saying...
Right, okay.
It's a cantrip, so it doesn't cost me anything. And I'm not doing anything with my turn anyway.
Has Scramble previously shown any interest in Yarn Tea before?
No, but like, you know,
We're learning about character, okay?
he's up for trying new things.
Sure.
Snack flicks and chill touch.
God's sake.
Snapback's a mage hand, I don't have chill touch.
Oh,
You hear a voice back in your head say, "Oh, you'll find out." And
Oh,
is that the end of
winky
your
face.
turn?
I mean, I don't know what else I should do.
No, I kind of like the "hey, you up" as your like sole action during your turn. I think that's quite in line with Scrammle's character.
Yeah, no, they're not even worth using my cunning action. No, I'm good. I'll just sit down, have a good time.
Okay, so you see the other snaky people go over. Where is it? Sorry, this one travels down here. Okay, so Caesar, you hear the words, "No, really, go with them. It'll be great. There'll be cake and everything." And you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Let's roll with advantage.
I kind of want to lose.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
You feel compelled to follow what I'm gonna call the Apes Babysitters Club moving south.
God.
Come on, Fleeb. I'm gonna spend the key point because there's Kate to dash and
Well-
join the party immediately.
Okay, as soon as it's your turn, which is next, you'll be able to do that, and you can hop on the back of the moving ape like in Knight Rider.
I didn't do much for my action. I'll help him up.
Hashtag party ape.
Like before-
Party ape, get it, Trent?
Is that the end of the Snake People's go?
No, you see the one beside the ape say to Orvex, "Oh, listen, your companions are going to be going as well. You should totally go with them." And Orvex is like, "Yeah, you know what, Scramble? This is a great idea. I mean, I don't know why I was calling them a wench before. This is great."
Don't tell me it was a great idea. Tell them.
Okay. Next up is Caesar's turn, who's going to use their chi to chase after it.
Before I leave, I'll be like, come on, Fleeb, they've got cake.
Yeah, sure, in a minute.
Right, key point. I'm catching up immediately.
Yeah, you basically leap effortlessly off the ground to land on the ape's shoulder, and you see Scramble try to help you up, but you're floating with monk-like grace.
Let me spend that key point.
God.
Nice. All right,
Good
so
to see you, buddy.
that's Jax's turn. You're still
Okay.
stoked.
Yeah, absolutely. So are there walls going around this facility?
They're kind of broken apart in places, but yeah, there are some walls.
I mean, I want to big ape style, just basically do a huge leap onto whatever roofs or over whatever walls, and I'm just gonna dash and go 80 feet down.
Okay, give me. I mean, technically, you don't need to check. You just leap and
Yeah, I have
do
a
that.
climb speed as well.
Yeah, you just leap and make incredible progress in that direction. Next up
So I
is.
leave, all these slow boys are left behind. It's just Fleeb and the 4 snakes, and everyone else is missing.
Oh God!
Leave, you better hope you fail this suggestion.
Oh golly gosh! Right.
Next up is Professor Fleeb, all by his
Right.
lonesome.
Right,
I mean,
okay.
I guess,
I see this guy
if you could
immediately
just-
in front of him, and I am taking no shits. Like, I have never used so far this necromantic spell. I learnt it for one circumstance, and that was where where I was gonna die, and I'm just gonna use it now.
Okay.
What is it?
Wait, Fleeb, you probably know what's going on, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. So what is this?
Cool. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw, and what's the language?
Sorry.
The spell text. What
Blight.
does the spell say?
Can I hold? Oh, I'm surprised it didn't send it forward. Click that. Did that do it? There we go.
Washes over a creature that you can see, draining moisture and vitality. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save. Oh wow. Okay, so that's going to be Constitution.
Taking 23 or 47.
Yeah, he's definitely taking 47. So this thing basically turns to just dust and ash.
Is that
And-
Caesar suddenly isn't so keen on this journey as he's
Yeah.
80 feet?
And Caesar just suddenly finds himself 80 feet south in the arms of an ape traveling at.
Like flinging itself across the skies.
It's basically like a galloping horse speed. So it's kind of dangerous.
Can I take my action, by the way? Like, my
Wasn't that your
movement?
action? Oh, your movement. Sure you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck off.
Okay, nice. In what direction?
I'm running around the other side of this wall and running around because I want to make sure that if they got to follow me, they've got to go around that wall or whatever's south of us because I don't know what's south of us. But I think
Nice.
it's better for me
Oh, wow.
to run this way than it is for me to turn around. Oh no, maybe it's better for me to.
Fleeb's one of the funniest people to have like not been up in this.
Okay, so where are you ending up?
I'm gonna run this way.
Okay. You see that these were paying attention, and they're gonna do a athletics check here.
I can't wait till I lose my till polymorph runs out and I'm just under like 5 people.
It's gonna be amazing. To front. Technically, only like a few seconds have gone by, so it hasn't happened yet.
Like
So-
10, 15
It's been a
minutes on it.
few rounds,
Fleeb,
but
you
yeah.
see
less
a
than a minute.
snake-like female dressed in scantily clad clothes leap to the top of this like 10-foot stone wall and say to you, "Oh, where are you going? We want you to come with us."
Ow, fuck off.
And you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, you think it's a great idea.
Come join the party, Paul.
Oh, I'm trying so hard.
Okay, cool. So that's the end of that thing's turn. This other creature is going to try to just follow, but that takes her well off screen. And I'm going to say we're out of combat. And
Hasn't Caesar snapped out now?
Yeah.
I'll say, as Caesar has snapped out of it, he could theoretically do something, but he's basically on the back of a galloping horse. So all the rest of your party are unable to do stuff.
We're off the map.
So what do you choose to do in this moment?
Is that towards me?
Yeah, because you're the only one that really could do something.
I
You're the
mean,
only one
there's still a
wrong.
snake lady. I don't know what she's doing with the rest of us.
Yeah, there's a snake lady in my arms.
Yeah.
But I'm great.
And the rest of your party seemingly looks like it's a great idea. So what do you do?
Caesar's gonna do nothing because he thinks that like Jex has picked this person up for a reason.
But you know this has happened. This just happened to you.
Nice.
Do
Well,
I?
I mean, actually, yeah. Let's say you're aware that you had something invading your mind, but give
Yeah,
me...
that was the logic. I got
Yeah,
snapped out of it once, and that was the logic.
But you
Because I
know
got
that
snapped
something
out.
malicious was messing with you.
You know that
We're
your
not
mind.
sure.
Well, because you snapped out of it, you know that it wasn't like a good idea that you were going along with. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. I'm gonna try and just like, I'm just gonna try and throw this Yanti off the galloping horse that is Bear.
Okay. Well, technically, you would be doing an opposed strength check with the giant ape.
Oh, Sure, fine, why not?
Let's go for it. Jex, give me a athletics or strength, and let's see how strong Caesar is.
Let me just check my thing.
You got 23, right?
I have 23 strength, and
Yeah.
my athletics is +9. Ooh,
15. Not as impressive as one would think from a giant ape, but let's see.
Okay. Athletics?
I'm busy jumping and climbing.
Oh, come on!
Oh! The ape clings tightly to its female snaky companion as Caesar in vain tries to free his friend, and that is where we will end the session. Join us next week. Same snake channel, same snake time.
Hey, baby, you up?
God.
Ape party.
Hashtag party ape.
That was just so satisfying.
Dang it.
I love
That's been one of the funniest things we've ever done. We've done a lot of stupid shit this campaign.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.